channel. As I posted on my Instagram a couple days ago, it was pretty much about this form of meditation that I've been starting and incorporating into my life that's really been helping my mental focus and my mental self-image. Generally, I try to be a very positive person and try to look on the bright things of life and situations, and even just in general, like my body and things like that. But honestly, everybody's a human being, and so we're not perfect, and we all have our weaknesses and what we struggle with. And having had an eating disorder, one of the biggest things that I struggle with is obviously just body self-love and just body acceptance. Having an eating disorder isn't something that kind of just happens and then it goes away. It's a deep-rooted issue that kind of cultivated when you were younger, or a situation that was more subconscious that made you develop this physical habit that's very bad. And so a lot of the times, in order to heal and stop that habit from reoccurring and to actually heal yourself, you need to go deep down and figure out what was the cause of that to happen in order to really resolve and feel like you're healed from that disease. And I will call it a disease because to me, it felt like a disease. I felt like I was dying on the inside, not just emotionally and mentally, but like physically. Like I was getting sick, I was getting ill, I totally was not taking care of my body, and it was really just because I had this terrible self-image about myself, and I didn't look bad. It's just the way I kind of had like this body dysmorphia, and honestly, it does happen a lot with health professionals. I know it sounds contradicting and hypocritical, but you kind of just have to think in their shoes for a second. When you are constantly, especially as a dietitian, like studying calories and food and exercise, and you know the benefits of it, you can kind of get obsessive with it. And not everybody's like that, absolutely not, but there are people, especially with tendencies in their personality like myself, who are type A, super driven, super focused, and just very, perfectionist type people, that can definitely play into their Achilles heel. And instead of it being a positive thing, it can actually work against them, and it could turn into a negative thing, like it did for me when I developed my eating disorder. I was able to come out of that, but every single day it's a journey and a process, and you just got to keep working at just really reminding yourself about self-love and taking care of yourself and the importance of that. And one of the biggest things that has helped me kind of get out of those glum moments of feeling like I'm inadequate, or my I feel fat or bloated, and that's okay to feel fat, bloated. It really is. It's just you need to just accept that that's where you're at that point. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but you just got to accept that that's the period of where your body is at that moment in time. And it's not a permanent thing. It's just something that maybe you ate some salty food, and so you're retaining some water. And it's just something like that, to realize that it's not a life or death situation, and it definitely can be fixed. And these are some realizations that I've been having the more I incorporate meditation and just breathing exercises into my life to really just calm down and focus on what's important. And the main key word here is gratitude, and being grateful for what I do have and what's working, and the positive things really help to crowd out all that negativity that I feel, or feels that it's like overwhelming me in certain situations or times of the month. In high stress situations, that those kind of feelings can start to come out, because you want to resort to that kind of cowering and blaming something, or feeling sorry for yourself. But really, those are the times where you need to be strong and find your inner strength to overcome that. And that's just been, I'm a human being, so I have those struggles as well, and it's definitely real struggles. And gratitude meditation has really, really helped me. Over the past couple of weeks specifically, I've really noticed a difference. And so what I mentioned in my post was something called body scanning. So what I've been doing is really just like either sitting or laying. It could be in the morning before I get up or before I go to bed, just closing my eyes. And sometimes I even do it when I'm sitting in the car driving to work. If I feel overwhelmed, or if I feel that my mind is starting to racing about things that I have to do, because it doesn't necessarily have to be body image. It could just be like you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or just a feeling that you don't want to feel. You're not really living in the moment because you're too busy worried about the past or the future. And this body scanning technique is super, super helpful, at least it was to me. So what I do is pretty much start from my toes and go all the way up to my head. And I just consciously think about every body part. So it will go something like this. I'll say I'm feeling my toes and my ankles and the tops of my feet, my heels, my calves, my shins. And I say this out loud, or I say to myself in my head, but as I'm saying each part of my body, I'm actually trying to feel what sensations, what am I feeling in that? Like, do my foot hurt, or am I just feeling a calming sensation? When I get, say if my belly was hurting, do I go up to my stomach when I get there, my hips and my stomach, and say, oh, I feel like a tense tightness? Maybe that's the time that I'm going to take a deeper breath in and just really like inhale that pain and that tense, and then exhale it out and kind of let go. One of those meditation things that I've been seeing in a lot of the podcasts that I've been listening to for meditation is this thing called see it, feel it, let it go. So you kind of see the sensation or the feeling that you're feeling at that moment. You feel it, allow yourself to feel it. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling happy, allow yourself to feel that emotion and then come to terms with it and then let it go. And it's been a very, very cleansing thing for me, an eye-opening thing to really move on and get past any kind of, turmoil or turbulence that's happening in my life. Kind of just like allow myself to be angry about whatever I'm angry about, but then instead of persisting all day about this one thing, allow myself that small 30 seconds to be angry about it and then let it go and then move on. It's really helped. So I kind of do that when I'm thinking about all areas of my body. So this body scan is really like starting from your toes. You want to bring it all the way up, your quads, your hamstrings, your butt, your hips, your abs, your back, your spine. I go all the way to my shoulders, my biceps, my triceps, my elbows, my forearms, my hands, my fingers, up to my neck, my head. And as I'm doing that, I'm also, like I said, I'm feeling how I feel when each of those body parts, but I'm also taking time to appreciate what they do for me. So for instance, say I'm just like, man, I feel so fat today, I feel so bloated and sluggish. Taking time to do this body scan really helps me come to terms with, okay, I may feel like that right now, but my legs are still really strong, they're still working, I still was able to work out today, which is, a positive thing. My hands are still capable of feeding myself. I gotta be grateful that I'm able to swallow. There's people that can't swallow, people with cancer, people with just strokes. I have to be aware and mindful of that, and being grateful of those little things really help put things in perspective, that these are the essential things to be living in life, and to have all of my functions working, I should be grateful for and just be able to, thrive and move on day to day, knowing that I have that, because, you really don't know what it's like to miss something until it's gone, and you don't want to have that as a missed opportunity to get to that point. Say tomorrow you get hit by a car and you can't speak, and then it's like, wow, I kind of took that for granted, rather than taking the time to do this type of form of body scanning and being able to be appreciative and grateful every day. This really opens your mind and keeps you in a positive mindset all day to just perform your activities and just stay away from the negative vibes and the negative energy. Even if the world feels like that everything around you is negative, taking the time to just go in yourself and to really separate yourself from all of that, just be present in the moment by breathing deep breaths in and out and being appreciative of what you have, what you physically have on you, your body, what is attached to you. That is what you ultimately have in this life. Everything else doesn't matter. Your clothes don't matter, nothing else matters. The only thing matters is, what you have on you, and to be appreciative of that. And the more you're aware of that, and the more you practice that on a daily basis, the more you're going to be able to realize, all these doubts and fears and anything that you're thinking negatively about yourself, it's all just, evil stuff created by your mind and your fears, and to just really try to avoid that. One of the best quotes I love about fear is it means false evidence appearing real, and that is so true. So our biggest fears are most times, if not all the time, really it's just this perception that our mind tricks us that it should be scary, or this, should be that, but it really can overwhelm us in doing our daily tasks and just living the life we want to live because we're too focused on that. So focusing on yourself, taking that body scan, being appreciative for what you have, it really does help make a difference. And I hope this video helped you guys understand a little bit about what body scanning is. And if you have any more questions, please comment below. I would love to hear them. You can always message me at Natalie@bodybyboss.com. Like always, I have my Instagrams, my Facebook. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Mwah.